Welcome back. This is Adventures with Dr. Joe. Today we're going to open and set up this Vulcan welding cart from Harbor Freight. It is a Master Welder series and it is a larger one that has about a 350 pound capacity. Let's take a look. I've already released the tape around it and it comes nicely packaged, nicely protected. Here's some directions on assembly which we'll go through. And we'll take the parts out and take a look at these and start putting it together. Let's take a look at all the parts. There are these 8-inch solid rubber wheels with bearings. That's very nice. Casters for the front. A very strong chain, stronger than the existing one that I have in my current welding cart. A consumables box which contains all of the hardware to put this together, which I thought was quite good. But this, you can put your other tips and other consumables for your welder, so that's nice. It fits in this nice this shelf. Obviously there's an area to put different handles, different devices for your welder, with threaded inserts, and then many other brackets to store components of your welder. Let's start to put it together. The first step is to take these 30mm long bolts with a compression washer and a flat washer through these holes and into the threaded piece in the bottom of this main frame. There are two here. The other side basically is where the casters are going to go. So once we get those positioned, we'll tighten those up with a 10mm ratchet. And we'll tighten those down. There we go. Next, we'll just flip this cart over on its side. Put the casters through the hole in the frame, and then we'll spin it into the nut that's welded onto this base plate, and then we'll tighten these things down to secure them. Okay, the next step is to flip the cart over. Again, put the other panel, the upper platform, on with 35mm bolts, compression washer, flat washer, and again they thread into the threaded areas here. And there are 4 of these. We'll put all 4 on. And we're well on our way to having this cart built. Alright, we'll just tighten all those up. The next step, we'll take the axle, which is a straight rod with 2 grooves in it for the E-clips. Put it through the frame. Using these spacers, put one on each side. Then the wheel, a flat washer, and then this E-clip. This is an E-clip, and typically it takes a plier to put it in position. Just like that. There it is. Do the same on the other side. These are nice wheels. Good fit with the E-clip, just enough room to get it on. Okay, there it is. There are the wheels. Next thing is to install this adjustable stop, which needs to go this way. The 10mm bolts Go from underneath through the flat washer, lock washer, and then the small nut. And again, this is an adjustable stop to hold in position your welder so it doesn't move. And again, flat washer, locking washer, nut. We'll just tighten those up. So now we're going to put the shelf in. It has 2 pins which fit into these punched out brackets here. Okay, there, those are in here. Now, again, the bolts are simple. The 10mm ones, locking washer, flat washer, and then the shelf. There's a threaded nut on the shelf on both sides. Locking washer, flat washer, and then into that threaded spot. We'll just tighten those up really quick. And our nice shelf for our consumable box is there. That's really a thoughtful addition to this. Okay, now we're going to install the cylinder rack. Very heavy duty, nice. Yeah, and be sure that it's facing down like this, not up. And we're going to use the 35mm bolts, locking washer, flat washer, and they screw into this cylinder rack, and there are 3 of those. So this is how it's going to look. Next, we're going to attach 2 of these hooks to these handles, again with 30mm bolts, locking washer, and then flat washer. And again, there's right here, there's a threaded insert in there, which is great. We'll just hand tighten these. And then crank them in tight and do it on both handles. Okay, we're making progress. Now, the next thing is to attach the end frame, which we've got assembled. It goes in the rear of the cart, and it's attached with 4 50mm bolts that go into these threaded connectors here. And I know once I get one started, the other ones are going to be easy. So there's one. We got 2. We got 3 and 4 at the bottom. So all 4 of these go into those threaded inserts. There's quite a bit of bolt left over. So anyway, we'll just drive those home and move on to the next step. Next step are these handles. We already put the supports on, and they're going to go in the back. So I've turned this around. Here's that support. On this side will be the handles. Again, 50mm bolts, locking washer, flat washer. Goes through the tube into the threaded insert that's already secured into these frame pieces. And we'll put 4 in, 2 here and 2 on the other side. Next is to install this crossbar with these 2 hooks. And those pins just fit right in there just like that. And then we use one of the 35 millimeter bolts. That's just 2 left. That's it. Fits through that hole into that threaded excess. I'm using an extension here. These are all 10 millimeter for the socket. This is good for hose or other things. So amazing. I completed the entire assembly and I had 2 lock washers left over. Not bad. So for the final, it's the toolbox. Fits right in there, which is great. And then on the other side are the chains. We'll turn this around. We'll obviously snug these up once we get our tank in here. Here it is. So there's where the chains go. So there it is. Well, thank you for watching. In the very end of this instructional thing are the numbers of the bolts. They'll tell you the length, and I found it very useful to have this small metric rule. So hey, if this was helpful, please click thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Enjoy your new Vulcan welding cart. It's can handle 350 pounds. Big tank, very stable, really very heavy duty, nice rubber handles. So hey, there you go.